And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live.
A major filing from the IRS. Monday, the IRS announced that churches are allowed to endorse political candidates and still maintain their tax-exempt status, following a decades-old ban in the U.S. tax code. This announcement comes after President Trump, in his first term, signed an executive order aimed at easing the ban on political activity by churches, aiming for faith representatives to be able to speak freely. Fox 17 reached out to many individuals from different churches across West Michigan. One pastor got back to us and shared his perspective on endorsing political candidates from the pulpit.
If a preacher got up there and endorsed a candidate, I would wonder how much the candidate was paying them.
Nathan Dannison is the senior minister at Fountain Street Church. He believes preachers should be endorsing God, not politicians.
I want to see preachers endorsing God, endorsing grace, endorsing faith, endorsing fidelity, endorsing democracy. But endorsing a politician, that feels like that's just not my kind of church.
The ban on campaigning by tax-exempt organizations, including churches, is called the Johnson Amendment. It was added to tax law in 1954 and was authored by then-Senator, later President, Lyndon B. Johnson. President Donald Trump has long been in favor of doing away with the ban and is seen by many as a strong supporter of religious rights. In 2017, he used an executive order to tell the Treasury to disregard the Johnson Amendment. He voiced his early support at the National Prayer Breakfast in 2017.
That is why I will get rid of and totally destroy the Johnson Amendment and allow our representatives of faith to speak freely and without fear of retribution.
But Monday's court filing is a further legal step. The opinion from the IRS is tied to a lawsuit against the IRS filed last August by 2 churches in Texas and the National Religious Broadcasters Association. Now, the IRS considers endorsements of candidates in churches as family discussion concerning candidates, not campaigning. But there is some pushback on this. The National Council of Nonprofits worries that allowing church endorsements could lead to political groups using nonprofits to funnel money to candidates while still getting tax breaks. Dennison says his congregation will be cautious.
My biggest fear is that people won't trust their ministers. People will choose for themselves who they want to worship. As for me and mine, we know who we serve.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.